Hello beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube space. My name is Shin Pinky and today I have a very interesting video for you guys. I've missed you guys so much and I know you've missed me too. So before I continue, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share and follow me on my other social media handles. So my today's video is about I think by the time you're watching this video, nitakuwa nisha turn a year older. So it's about things I've learned in my 22 years because I'll be turning 23. So let's get started. So the first thing is discover your identity. Okay, yes, I had to start all about being spiritual and stuff, you know what? I'm a child of God. Discover your identity because the Bible tells us in the book of Colossians 3, you died and your life is now hidden in Christ. So if your life is hidden in Christ, definitely Christ is in you. So you already know your identity. You already know that you are a priest. You already know that you are a king before God. You already know that you are a son of God because ukikubali Mungu anakufanya ukue wake. So if you know your identity, if you know who you are, kuna vitu they won't get to you, like kuna vitu as in kuna vile watu tu watakudefine yenye hauta fall for because you already know who you are, okay? The other one is discover God and internalize him. You know, sometimes we spend a lot of time listening to what people say about who God is and we don't take time to know who God really is, who he really says he is. So hizo tabia za like, it's not bad kwenda conferences, crusades, nini kusikiza preachings, but do you know who God is personally? Can you attest to that? Can you tell who God has been to you? Like unaweza msema because when you ukifamiliarize na word yake na voice yake, there are some things that people will say that will uta notice that this is not God's voice. So I've learned to have a personal, like literally a personal relationship with God and not have a relationship with God based on other people's understanding of who God is. That one is always choose faith over fear. Mudeu, always choose faith over fear. Hii nimekuwa speak to myself like a million times. Okay, not necessarily a million times, but a lot of times because sometimes there are a lot of, kwanza I do have like anxiety issues, like I feel anxious most of the time, and then I have to remind myself that I wasn't given the spirit of fear but the spirit of love, power na sound mind, kitu kama hiyo. So the spirit of fear is not within me, sababu huwezi kuwa na hope na fear at the same time. So always choose faith over fear. You know, faith will save you because Jesus is the author and the finisher of our faith. And when you have Jesus, nini nakufanya uogope? Unaogopa nini? What are you fearing? Develop self-discipline, like all round, spiritually, physically, financially. Spiritually, kuwa na discipline that you have your time to pray, you have your time to study the Bible besides times at church and everything, because as at now, okay, I don't know, in the next 10 years, haitakuwa as at that time. But as at now, 2021, July, the county I'm in, tuko na lockdown. Ni lockdown. Tuko na lockdown yenye churches, we can't attend churches. So what happens if nilikuwa nimejizoesha kwenda, I learned this aspect venye nilikuwa like, okay, when we go to church, in my church, we go to church almost every day. There's something happening in our church. So what happens is that when we stop going to church, so nitaacha Mungu hapo alafu tukirudi kanisa after 60 days tena niende nimchukulie penye nilimwachia. No, you have to be disciplined, that you have to have your own personal Bible study, prayer time. And when it comes to finances, you have to be disciplined to yourself that wacha kuspend more. Okay, sijui kama ina make sense, but spending, living by your means. Usi over nini overlive, okay, I am a victim to this. Me, sometimes I do spoil myself kama the baby girl I am. Alafu unasota, unaanza kushanga watu wanatoa wapi pesa. Pesa ziko, but ukijua kuzimanage like yourself, hizo unaweza jienroll kwa some online classes ama hata physical classes, hizo za Centonomy, Money Talks, Yeah, and invest. And then physically, ukijidiscipline, maybe if you want to be fit, maybe wewe unataka kwanza kwenda gym, maybe unataka kwenda like ukuwe na discipline yako mwenyewe, si necessarily mtu akwambie what to do, because I'm my own boss. Yeah. The other one is save when you're in your 20s, because as much as people say life begins at 40, it begin with you having nothing. It can't. So when you save, utajibamba. So yeah, it's good to save and invest. The other one is always have a passion in life. You are not too old to try something new. Like things that you're passionate of, like bring out that inner child in you, whether you're in your 40s, whether you're in your what. Like maybe I'll still play kati. In my 22 years old, I'll still play kati. And that doesn't mean that I'm too old for that. Like passions zako, I don't think they die with time or anything, but wewe mwenyewe ukifanya zidai, it's upon you to know if utazi exercise or utaziacha tu zipotele. So yeah, you're not too old to try something new, And then the other one is adulting is real. Like adulting is real. Where? Adulting, responsibilities. The more you grow. When I was a child, I used to be like, when I grow up, I'll be so happy to a point that there's this one time I was telling my mom. My mom was telling me that you're not allowed to have a boyfriend until you turn 22. Because you're not an adult, you're a child. And I was like, okay, cool. Let me turn 22 and I'll get a boyfriend. Of course, katikati huko I had one or two, I don't want to call them Tom, Dick and Harry's, but one or two guys, kissing them frogs, And then when I turned 22, did I tell my mom that I have a boyfriend? No, when I was at 22. Okay, I'm already at 22. When I was at 21, did I tell my mom I had a boyfriend who broke my heart very bad? Yes, I told her after the guy broke my heart. It was okay, it wasn't broken. I don't want to give this person so much power to feel like me the boss. It just crushed my heart a little bit. So yeah, I told my mom, I started opening up to my mom about boys and stuff. So in my 22, I got a boyfriend and I told my mom that I have a boyfriend. And I was like waiting, nilikuwa namgoja niambie, no, you're still young for this. And I was like, okay, now we can talk about these issues with my mom and she won't be like so bossy and biased or anything. Adulting is real. Even in almost everything, how I manage myself, how I should be responsible of things I do, my actions. But inanipeleka vizuri, maisha imeanza kuwa nyororo. The other one is communication is key. Communication is key. In friendships, in relationships, I feel like I didn't used to express myself a lot when I was in my teenhood. I'm still in my early 20s. I didn't used to express myself a lot, to a point that I'm expecting the other person to read my mind, more especially in relationships. When someone hurts me, I didn't used to tell them because I was scared of losing them. And I'm like, okay, right now I'm like, okay, Mudhe, what are you really doing? As in, hiyo ilikuwa a must? No, ilikuwa a must. Hiyo nao nilihitaji tu kufinywa ama niambie serikali nipe kazi. But since tumeshatoka from huko, I've learned that communication is key. You have to comprehend, like muongee, express yourself however you're feeling, what is bothering you, if you're happy. Life is too short to be dull. Talk, bana, talk. Yeah. Another one is, it doesn't matter what other people think of you. Other people's opinions, they're actually entitled to their opinions, but they can't define you. You can only be defined by God, because hata wewe mwenyewe kuna vitu hujijui that God knows you. So you have to tell God to reveal you to you. Because if you allow people to define you, it means you don't value the position of Jesus in your life, watu watakudefine to however they want. Hiyo ni kama tag of war. Wewe unajiita winner, wanakuita loser. So like mnang'ang'ana and utakuwa like fumbled up yeah. So just leave people to define you as they want, but that doesn't mean you are what they think you are. And that has been a hard pill to take. I used to want to be told who I am, who people thought I was. Mi nimekuwa Yesu. Who do you think I am? No, but right now the only person I ask who I am is Jesus. That's the only person who can describe me the best. Okay, the other one is you can lose touch with some of your friends, and that's cool. Like you can lose touch with people, with a lot of people, and that's cool. That's growing up. That's adulting. Again, the adulting thing, it comes in. You can lose touch with people, and that doesn't ufai kuwa guilty, because maybe you have different interests in life. Because hata mimi, I have lost touch of a lot of people, and that doesn't mean tumekuwa enemies or anything. It's only that I have different passions, interests in life, and the more you grow up, the more una realize that you have lesser friends. Actually, you only want friends that you share maybe similar opinions, things that wewe uko interested in, not just having people because you should have people. We are no longer children, and okay, I am no longer a child, so whenever I have someone, they have to have a purpose in my life. I can't just have someone for the sake of having them. So yeah, you can lose touch with some of your friends, and it's cool. The other lesson that I've learned is that your personal space is important. Sometimes you're wrapped up around work all the time to a point that you can't even allow your inner self to, like, huwezi jisikiza. Your personal space, mtu yoyote hafai kukwambia, hafai kuku control na time yako. As in, you should have a personal you are allowed. There's a friend of mine who were talking about hugs, and that person was telling me that he doesn't like hugging people because, and I feel like wako too much in his space. And I was like, okay, wow, I'm not gonna judge because I have to respect your opinion. So yeah, your personal space is important. No one has to tell you what to do about that. The other one is get a mentor to help you stay focused, because mentors are people that have already gone ahead, ama wamepitia stuff. Maybe kama stage yenye niko, kuna mtu already alishapitia and they know what to do when what happens. So yeah, get a mentor and get a mentor to help you stay focused. Mentors anaku advise, this is how you deal with money, this is how you deal when this happens. Yeah, so I've learned that I should get a mentor, and I already have a mentor, thankfully. The other one is pray constantly. One thing I know about prayer is that there's never excess to prayer. You can pray literally about anything, anywhere. It's about you and God. So praying constantly, yeah, it has helped me. Imenisaidia sana, because it refreshes your mind and ni spiritual nourishment, one of the ways to nourish your spirit. The other one is live to say no without feeling guilty. There's a statement I read somewhere that saying no is already a sentence by its own. You don't have to explain why you're saying no to someone. When you say yes, nobody asks you, why have you said yes? So you have to know when you say yes, when you say no, it's not a must for you to explain yourself. And don't feel guilty of saying no, because if you've said no, it means unajua mbona umesema no, and no one is entitled to know why you've said no. You're not entitled to explain yourself to anyone. It has been a hard pill to swallow too. The other one is everything does not need to be announced. Growing up, oh my god, nimeongea growing up, nimesema growing up as if nimefika sijui wapi. Growing up, I was that type of a person when if something happens in my life, I have to say it. If I get this, I have to say it. If I do this, I have to say it. But sometimes you have to be private, man. Most especially in relationships. Where hizo stuff mtaachana, they are real. They do come to pass, but ukizibelieve. But then I've learned to keep some of my life some parts of my life private, because nobody needs to know, and if they know, they won't do anything about it. And if they'll do anything about it, that's good, but I don't need, as in there's who I can tell what. I just don't have to announce everything to the world. Yeah, yeah, don't announce anything because people will never kill what they don't know. They'll never be against something they don't know. Sana in relationship, there are people who are like if I don't tell you, okay, definitely I'll say I have someone, but if I don't tell you the person, you won't be like mtaachana, tunaachana na haujui mtu. So yeah, there's some things people najua me, if you feel attacked, that's your problem. Deal with your heart before coming to me, okay? Yeah. The other one is your happiness is your business. No one is entitled to your happiness than you. You are the person behind your happiness. You should be the person behind your joy. Okay, that's Christ. And your happiness as in ufai kwa like una expect mtu mwingine akuje kwa happiness yako. There's this quote one of my favorite bishops said, when you're coming together with someone, maybe a friend or whatever, you should be happy and they should be happy so that you can become happy. So you can't give your happiness to someone else as a responsibility. That's your responsibility. Unapeana kazi yako, unapeana jukumu lako. So you should make yourself happy before someone else does. Because if you give someone the power and to control over your happiness, sorry, yeah, your happiness is your... I've learned that my happiness is my business. Another thing is the art of gratitude. I've learned to be grateful because when you're grateful, you open your heart to more blessings, to getting to see the things that God already has done for you instead of complaining and nagging. When you're complaining, you can't see anything good. But when you're grateful, you'll see blessings because we are already blessed. So yeah, the art of gratitude. The other one is if you change your thoughts, you can change your life. It's all in the mind. The power of the mind comes in because if you believe to be a winner and manifest in it, then your life changes. So it's all in your thought. Whatever you think, there's this scripture in the Bible that says that whatsoever a man thinketh, so he is. So whatever you think of yourself, it manifests in itself. So you should tame your thoughts to think of things that don't judge yourself, don't sabotage yourself. Think of yourself as a priest and a king and a child of God. So yeah, if you think of yourself like that, then you'll change your life. The other one is don't just be kind to other people, but be kind to yourself too. I don't need to explain that because we all know how to be kind to ourselves. And then mental awareness or mental health is important. Nowadays I've understood that we're in a generation that sahi tunafaa, kuna a lot of negativity, kuna a lot of toxicity, but mental health tunafaa prioritize because a lot is happening and sijui tumenormalize vitu zenye hazitusaidii. So yeah, we should be aware of our mental health and our emotions and everything that we feel. Tunafaa kuwa aware. And the last one is it is okay not to have your life figured out yet. Don't give yourself pressure. Don't overjudge yourself. Don't sabotage yourself. It's okay. You're not the first one to experience that kind of life. So yeah, it's okay. Just sit back, be calm, and figure everything out in a calm state. Because ukijijudge, ukijistress out, ukijipea pressure, it won't bring out anything good out of you. So yeah. So guys, that's it for the video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. So that's it from your beautiful girl, and yeah, see you then in the next one, and bye. I love you so much. You want me to cry?